Welcome to Thursday Pray Day, a time when we encourage everyone to be praying to God, to be expressing their hearts and their minds to Him, to be coming to Him with all those things that might weigh us down. We've been going through parts of the Bible, the prayers of the Bible, and seeing how we're supposed to be praying the Bible, or maybe the prayers of the Bible can influence us. And I think this is very important because it helps us give a greater perspective. Just like today, I was thinking about how we need to finish strong. I think finishing strong is a principle we can all get behind on whatever we're doing, whether we're working on a project and we're having to finish that little bit to finish up the project. We have to finish strong. When we are doing something athletic and we're getting tired, we have to finish strong. I've been trying to get back in shape a little bit, and so I was working out this morning and I was just not feeling it. It was hot, it's humid. I always sweat a lot, so I'm just I'm soaking and I'm just tired and worn down. But that thought, and even the coach that does the workouts is like, you finish strong. You won't have so many more minutes left. Finish strong, and that's so true. Not just for things in this world, but for our own lives and for our spiritual lives. That we need to finish strong. And that we need to be praying that we can finish strong. And it's so interesting because we see this prayer in Judges. In Judges chapter 16, verse 28, we see Samson praying a prayer to finish strong. And so I just want to read this verse and see how he prays to God. It says this: Then Samson turned to the Lord and said, O Lord God, please remember me and please strengthen me only this once, O God, that I may avenge on the Philistines for my two eyes. Just some context to this is Samson was a judge in Israel. This is before Israel had a king. Judges ruled. They helped protect the people. They knocked out the people's enemies. And so God used these judges to rule justly, but the judges kind of go from good to bad almost all the time. Like you see people starting off pretty well. They're trusting God, but they weaken over time and they become corrupt or they get persuaded away. And so they end pretty poorly. And so here's Samson, who started off pretty well. He was given this great strength because of God working in him, and he followed this vow, and but he was kind of seduced by this woman, and he gave up his secret, and so he was captured. He's blinded. He's working at a millstone, and his hair began to grow again, which is part of that vow, and so you get the sense that God's coming back and working in him again. And so now he finds himself at the end of his life, the life that he kind of ruined, that he kind of set himself up to end poorly. Now he's sitting there chained to these pillars as his enemies, the Philistines, are kind of celebrating around him, and he prays out to God, basically, let me finish strong. Give me strength to do one last thing. And God responded. And I was thinking to myself of how true is that we should look at this prayer and not just see it as a cry of a man at this point of time and how he needed God's strength to finish strong, but we all need to be praying the prayers like this so that we can finish strong. That whatever we're doing, if we're in a task or if we're doing some sort of ministry thing, or if we're in a relationship, or even just in general our life and how we follow God, we need to be praying to him, God, let me finish strong. Please give me strength to do this well for your glory, to finish well for you. We could pray that every day, couldn't we? At the start of the day, midday, end of the day, Lord, give me your grace, your strength, so that I can finish well for your glory. It's amazing how encouraging it can be to look at some of these prayers that are written down for us in the Bible and use them to guide our own prayers. So I'll challenge you today. Pray to God to give you strength so you can finish strong for his glory.